This video is going to cover live geometry and how to probe live geometry inside of Control-X. So if you come over to the Live Capture tab and make sure that you're connected to your device, you can see over here that there's a live geometry icon. And what this is going to allow me to probe geometry on top of the part, and then I can use it for whatever I want to later. And you see there's a ton of different options in here for collecting information, but most of it you're going to do automatically in the software. If I leave it in automatic mode, it will automatically infer what kind of probed object that I want to collect based on the data that comes in. Now, if I want to force it to go cylinder, I can click on cylinder, torus, any of these different features, I can force those ahead of time. So I'll go ahead and grab the device. Before we do this, you can do, let's actually exit out of here, exit out of live geometry, and you can do a live alignment, which I've covered in one of my other videos. So if I go to interactive method, I can come over,
plane,
collect that, say, hey, that is the Y plus,
that plane,
that's the X axis plus,
plane,
okay. Now, from live align, I can jump over to live geometry, which we were just talking about. So now I've probed some things to create an alignment off of, and I can go ahead and just start probing.
point, plane, sphere.
So I'm
Cone,
probing a
sphere.
sphere, and when I back up, if it's not 100% sure that it's a sphere, it'll give me a list on screen.
Point, plane, sphere, cylinder.
There's a cylinder. We'll probe another plane over here.
Point, plane,
And you'll see there's that list that we were talking about.
point, plane.
Now, I've probed a bunch of 3D things. Now, if I touch off of and I touch a plane, so I'll just grab that plane and hit the back button.
2D mode.
It'll put me in 2D mode.
Vector, circle.
Now I can probe 2D circles and 2D features.
Vector, circle. Vector,
Vector, line,
vector,
and then this is cool, the slots, it automatically gets those as well.
vector, circle. Slot,
So it created a slot there. And then when I'm done in 2D mode,
3D mode.
I can jump back to 3D mode. And then when I go to exit, I'll just exit live geometry. Now I'm going to scan in live capture just to show what's actually there. So you can see the part. And you'll see what you can do here with the, so just fit that all to screen here. Sometimes the part goes off screen if the arm is pointing in a different direction, it'll take everything off screen there. So I'll just select all of the features that I've probed in the tree over here. And when you see that your features are orange, it means there's no reference object associated with those. So orange objects are just purely probed objects and they don't have any reference associated with them. Now when I shift select them and I click on one of these and I just tell it to go to basic mode for my preset of the tags, it'll hide all of the tags for me so I can actually see what I've probed here. Now the nice thing about probing stuff ahead of time is I can just come back later and make dimensions. So if I just jump over to the dimensions tab and I say I want to make a linear dimension, click on that sphere, click on that plane. I can dictate what the nominal is by overriding it here, or just let it be what it currently is if I want to. So you can see how you can create dimensions here after the fact. So if I just want to pull a radius dimension on that, and pull a radius dimension on this. Now you can also create constructed entities as well. So if I needed to grab these two planes, pre-select them is the way I like to do it, and come over to vector, it will take those two planes and create a vector. So you see now I've got a constructed vector off of those two planes. And if I want to measure to and from that vector to other things, I can just click on it just like I've done everything else. Right, so there's just so much you can do with these different features after the fact. But this is live geometry. You can create dimensions afterwards. You can create constructed entities afterwards. That is how you collect data with live geometry.